Hi guys, this is Rusty 78609, no longer in Central Texas obviously. I'm out here on, I don't know what highway. It goes from Guadalupe Mountains to El Paso, and I was just driving along and I thought, there's probably a lot of people that have never seen what West Texas really looks like. And this is far West Texas, near El Paso. We're probably 60 miles east of El Paso. I'll tell you what highway this is right now. This is a combination of Highway 62 and 180, and we're going west. And there is nothing out here, folks. There's land for sale on both sides of the road for you people that are looking for a home base. If you want a remote spot for a home base, and I'm sure this land is cheap, there is electricity near the road. However, if you wanted to get far enough from the road so that you didn't hear road noise, you'd probably have to go to solar. But this is out in the boonies, and you think about all those old cowboys and people that were out here in the 1800s, and the only way they had to get around was either on horseback, walk, or a wagon. You could make probably, I don't know, you might be on a horse, you might be able to make 30 miles a day. So it'd be 2 days from right here just to get to El Paso. In a wagon, you probably wouldn't be able to do that. And the reason was, a horse can move a little fast. Well, you can't run a horse very far. People don't realize that. And you see the Western movies where that old horse just runs and runs and runs and runs and runs and runs. Well, that's not true. They can't do that. At full speed, at a gallop, they can go pretty good distance. But out in the West Texas town of El Paso, Marty Robbins, that's what I think about when I'm out here. So after a good night's sleep in my camper top, how would I rate the experience? Right now I'd give it about a 7.5 to an 8, 7.5 close. Prius camping's probably a 7, 7.5. Camping in a Class A Prevost would probably be a 10, but the only problem with that is you don't really get to enjoy the flavor of the camping. When you're camping in a tent, you get a full dose, but you also get a full dose of inconvenience and misery. Well, for some of you that enjoy it, it's nothing wrong with tent camping at all. It's just that you just need to be young to do it, I think. Putting up the tent would be my problem. But overall, the camper top plan seems to be working out all right. The extra cost of the trip, as I've mentioned before, is going to be due to fuel cost. I'm going to try to minimize that by staying at my next stop and future stops for a longer period of time. Why didn't I stay longer at Guadalupe Mountains? Well, Guadalupe Mountains is nice. But I've been there so many times, there's not much else I can see there or do there. I don't hike anymore. I don't hike the mountains trails, so not a lot there interests me. But over at Gear Springs, north of is it north? Yeah, I think it is north of Las Cruces, going towards Alamogordo. It's pretty nice. Now it's about 5 or 6 degrees cooler day and night than Guadalupe National Park. It'll be in the 40s in the morning at the Gear Springs, which is okay. I can deal with that. Upper 40s is okay. But camper top camping is okay, and what I'm going to do from now on, I think I'm going to try it tonight, first time, but I'm going to take whenever I get to the campsite and get set up, I'm going to take the ice chest out, take the throne out, the 5-gallon water jug out, and set them on a table, because they have tables with covers. at a gear springs, and that way it'd give me plenty of space inside to move around inside the camper top. And I plan to be there for 2 or 3 days. I never know. I don't even know how long this trip's going to last. Right now I feel okay. I'll just keep going. But this is just a traveling video to show you people that West Texas is vast. I mean, always, if you're ever out here traveling, always be sure that you keep your gas tank topped off, that you have plenty of water in case you have a breakdown, particularly if it's in the summertime, because they have had people die out here from dehydration, because there's nobody. You could actually be on some of these roads out here and you might be there for a whole day before another car comes by. Now this road right here is a pretty busy road because it connects Las Cruces, New Mexico to El Paso, Texas. But there are some other roads when you get around Marathon, Marfa, Texas, Alpine, Big Bend, that you could be on for a while. And in this heat, in the summer, not right now, but in the summer, it'll just cook you. And the humidity, 8% to 11, you would dehydrate very quickly. But this is, I may not even post this. This is another one of those videos I'm just doing to pass the time. But for those of you that are thinking about getting a camper top and going that route, it works. As far as doing a build, where you actually build it with plywood, as opposed to what I'm doing, I'm kind of poor-boying it, using the Coleman cot and just, some shower rods and stuff like that. Well, that's all I really want to do. But if you're going to be in it, well, again, if you really want to get organized, then you doing a build is a good way to do it. In other words, build you a platform out of plywood and have you a slide out like I've seen some of them make with some storage there. Yeah, that would work really well. And for those people that have the tools and the skills to do that, then yeah, that's definitely a good way to go, because that way you utilize all the space and you've got a lot of usable space for living, as opposed to like me, it's kind of cluttered. West Texas, here's something that you probably have heard of, maybe, but there's a bird out here called a raven. Big old black bird, and they're big too. They're pretty damn big. They are thieves. So if you're ever out here and you have jewelry and you lay it on your bumper or on your table or whatever you're camping with, and there's a few of those birds around, they love shiny stuff. And they will fly up there and pick it up and fly off with it. And I've actually seen them do it, because I had a little, well, it wasn't real gold, it was just a gold looking chain. And I was out in Big Bend and I set it on a 5-gallon can I had near where I was living. I'd heard that they would, and I knew there were ravens around, so I was sitting out after beer 30 and enjoying the sunset. That raven flew up there and he picked that thing up and he was gone, man. Yeah, they'll do that. Reminiscing about my old times out here in the desert. Do I like high desert? Yeah, I do. A lot of people hate it. High desert for me is just wide open space. I mean, you can see forever. I mean, there's nothing obstructing your view. And in the evenings, to watch a sunset and have a cold brew is just, to me, about as close as it gets to nirvana. Really. And to watch the sunrise, look up at the stars at night, even though I don't stay up late like I used to, occasionally I'll get up during the night and walk outside and just take a good look at all those millions of stars. It kind of puts me in my place. It reminds me what an infinitesimal speck in the universe I am. You know, I think there's an estimate of around 7 to 9 billion people on this planet currently, population. Well, my factor would be 1 over 7 or 9 billion, which is pretty microscopic when you think about it. But we do think we're self-important and the world can't get along without us, and this video has gone long enough. But for those of you who have never seen the real West Texas, this, folks, is it. You are in it right now. This is West Texas personified. The only thing you got out here is mesquite and a creosote plant, and that's several different types of cactus. So anyway, thumbs up, carpe diem, adios, guys. Drink plenty of water, take deep breaths, stretch, walk, keep your health. The adventure continues in the White House. Adios, amigos.